The battle was relentless, the air thick with the sound of metal clashing and screams of fury echoing through the chaos. Main character, exhausted and battered, braced himself against the fiery berserker's ferocious onslaught, knowing defeat might be near. The berserker, eyes blazing with madness, yelled, "Order will not prevail here," as his sword slammed into my plate armor with a deafening crash. I sighed heavily, feeling the weight of exhaustion from the swift, spontaneous attacks that left me struggling to keep up. It was unlike any fight I had faced before, unpredictable and brutal, testing my limits with every passing second. My armor dented and battered, I realized I was a heavy soldier, unprepared for such relentless aggression from this mad adversary. I didn't expect this fight to go this way, to end with my opponent's blade piercing into my stomach, leaving me stunned and gasping. His mad eyes bore into mine as he pressed his advantage, a wild grin spreading across his face in a moment of triumph. In that instant, I knew my fate was sealed, and I accepted this was my death, trembling at the edge of life and death. The pain was sharp, but my mind was strangely clear, reflecting on the battles I had fought before this deadly encounter. I thought of my comrades, their voices echoing in my head, urging me to hold on, to fight for one more breath. The berserker, sensing my weakening, roared, "This is the end for you, defender of false hope," as he raised his sword again. I tried to muster my remaining strength, pushing aside the pain and prepared for one last desperate attempt to survive. As I looked into his frenzied eyes, I saw not just madness, but a glimpse of the pain and chaos feeding his rage. The flames flickered around us, casting ominous shadows, emphasizing the deadly seriousness of this clash. Time seemed to slow as I realized that my story might end here, in a battlefield soaked with blood and despair. Yet, even in death's shadow, a faint spark of defiance burned within me, whispering that perhaps not all was lost. The sword finally found its mark, and as I felt the cold steel pierce me, I knew my journey was ending, but my spirit was unyielding. Hearing the last scream of my opponent, I closed my eyes, accepting the silent silence that followed the chaos.